Aerospace, board meeting. Roll call,
David Lujan,
present.
Ellen McIsaac, present. Justin Knowles, Patrick Brophy,
Present.
Nardi Lopez,
Present.
Dennis Trujillo. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Dozier.
Sure.
Give us I'm sorry. Mr. Schatz. Richard, my bad.
Awesome, everybody stand. Raise the flag. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Other comments concerning items not on the agenda? Is that Jose? Jose? You want us?
If not, you can tell her.
Okay.
I'm good. Hi, everyone. My name is Jose Fuentes. I'm the team captain of 5012 Griffin Area High School's robotics team. And I'm here right now for you all. Just as first off, I'd like to say thank you guys for the support. You know, as a school board, you guys have a lot of sway and say and a lot of input in like where the school's funding goes, and a lot of, I know a lot of it goes to our robotics team over here, which we're very much grateful for, because there will be no other way to run our team without the funding, all the stuff we need to build our robot and all that. And I'd just like to say thank you for everything, because you guys, our team wouldn't be possible without you guys or the school. And I would also like to invite you guys to our next competition, Aerospace Valley Regional. It's a 3-day event from April 3rd, April 5th. That's next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those days, from 8 AM to 5 PM. And within all that time, we have our bunch of qualification matches, playoff matches. And it's a really great thing to go and see, and we would love for you guys to come and support us there, you know, get to see our robot in action, see what we all do as a first robotics team, and it'd be pretty fun if you guys there, especially there's a lot of energy, you know, in the matches. It's like a sports game, we're all cheering and shouting. I lost my voice a few times, almost all the time when I'm there cheering. But yeah, it's a great thing that we all do, and we would love your support. And that's basically it. I also have these more like official invitations. I don't know, should I just go up?
You go to the
Oh, okay, yeah, all this.
Okay.
Each one of you should get it, and there's also a little plaque for honoring you guys, like member of the Wizengamut. The Wizengamut is like a big council of wizards, like the High Council of Wizards, which you guys kind of are, you know, Harry Potter team. Just a little neat thing to do. So, yeah, for each of you guys could get one. Yeah. All you guys. And, yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for having me here. Yeah, so see it. Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Public comments concerning agenda items, anybody? No? All right, reports. Director of Educational Services, Mr. Schatz.
Good evening, everyone. I am very excited to tell you that we have 87 seniors in our senior class this year that are going to be graduating, that have qualified for the Golden State Seal on their diplomas. That comes from the California Department of Education, and it'll be placed, the Golden Seal will be placed on their diplomas and showing mastery of the high school curriculum throughout their education. So it's very exciting. We've got that many seniors this year. And also we have 40 students that are qualifying for the State Seal of Biliteracy on their diplomas for our seniors. That also comes from the California State Department of Education. And those students must demonstrate the English proficiency by getting a 3.0 on their, or higher, in their English classes, and also in their foreign language, other than English class that they take. And on March 14th, we had a non-student day, which is a classified staff professional development day. Everything went great that day. Then the classified members we're able to get some extra training on that. And I would lastly like to say thank you to Ms. Nardi Lopez and the city of Palmdale for including us in a fentanyl awareness challenge that has been sent out at our annual competition. That has been sent out to both the middle school and the high school administrators, so they can send it out to all 6th through 12th grade students. It is a different contest, and they have different forms, whether it's art or music or even if they can write it like a poem, whatever, that they can add for that competition. So we're excited for our students to get an opportunity to add real A in our STEAM program. And so thank you, Ms. Lopez.
Thank you, Mr. Schatz. Director of Facilities, Maintenance and Operations, Mr. Judge.
Good evening. I'd like to start by recognizing that our tech team distributed over 100 Chromebooks last week to families to take those to home, so they have support of their educational needs outside of the academy. They'll continue to pass those out for those people who weren't able to make an appointment over the next couple of weeks. So it'll be a good case study as we go into next year and our return rate, damage rate, usability rate, things of that nature. You'll see that as example within our tech plan that's forthcoming. The facility team is ramping up for our testing, banquet, and promotion season. Our calendars are quickly getting filled every day of the week through testing, promotions, and celebratory banquets for athletic teams, robotics, things of that nature. We're happy to support those and all of the wonderful activities going on the campus. And lastly, and not as fun, but also required, we're finalizing our H re-roof plan for this summer. As a reminder, the last third of the project, which is completing the re-roof for H building, will complete it this summer to minimize the impact of education. We're already working with our educational side of the house to make sure our summer school is not impacted by this construction need.
Thank you, Mr. Judge. Director of Health Services, Ms. Lovett.
Good evening. Gosh, I don't know how to follow that. That's some fun stuff there. I've just been meeting with parents, this past week before break and meeting with them this week. Trying to work on attendance and help some students who have a lot of attendance issues for medical reasons, get back in school. Been doing that and giving them some referrals and some assistance in managing their healthcare conditions. And, gonna be working with Paul and his team on doing some training for the Centegix panic button and the badges that we're still working on, getting all the equipment together and rolling out, and working on the kiosk at the front desk, and we'll be working on that in the next couple of weeks, and then rolling out responder training. Looking forward to it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Ms. Lovett. Chief Business Official, Ms. Zhu.
Hi, so tonight, when you look at the consent calendar, we've made a few adjustments to 3 of our reports that I wanted to share with you, for your review. On the purchase order report, I realized when we send out the purchase orders, if we have an adjustment to the purchase order, even though it goes through the requisition process, it's approved by everybody. If the purchase order has increased, it's not always, you won't see it on the purchase order list. So we were able to add, anything with a star, this is purchase order updated. It will show an increase in the purchase order because at times you have maybe shipping is off, or maybe taxes are off, or maybe by the time you do the purchase order, then actually order the stuff, the prices have changed. So I want to make sure it's very transparent so you can ratify everything that happens in the finances for the academy. Another report that is brand new is called the warrant report, and in this system is called direct pay. So what I realized is that when people turn in for reimbursements is the main reason to do that. It doesn't go through a purchase order system. It's just a direct pay, a direct warrant, and those were not being shared with the board. So we've created this warrant report, so it will capture everything that is a direct pay that is not a purchase order. It's called the warrant list. And the third report is, if you remember, I think it was our last meeting, there was some confusion on the field trip report. So we've gone through and revised the field trip report to have more clarity, to have a better expense detail, a better way to add all the expenses should add together to the total cost of the field trip. And then broken out if there is a cost, if there's a donation for it and that actual, the academy, what they're paying. So better clarity. And then also I just wanted to share that next week, Tanya and I will be up in Sacramento for this Charter Schools Development CBO in-person training program. So it's our one in-person training, so we'll be there for 3 days.
Thank you. All right, next on the list is the consent agenda. We have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I have
You wanna pull out some or?
Do you want to, which one do you want to pull out?
I just would like a brief staff report on 4 through 7, because they don't have a staff report, it's more of a document. I just want to give a little bit of clarity on what they're for, because if there are a total of, I assume these are all subscriptions and they total altogether about $65,000, so I would like to share just what that is.
So can we approve the consent agenda minus the ones you want? Okay, so can you make a motion? To approve the consent agenda, items 1, 2, 3. And 8.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Consent agenda approved for 1, 2, 3, and 8. Okay, item 4.
This is just, I don't know if these all fall under IT, it's just, if it could just be, explained a little what this, because it's a lot of different subscription.
I can,
I just want, public, you know, people that look at this to understand what we are doing.
so number 4 is for the elevation renewal. That is an annual renewal that we do here. Elevation is what stores all of our EL students, our English language students, their scores to help them reclassify, and the strategies, that's the other half of that. Those are strategies for teachers to help scaffold their lessons for our EL students.
Thanks.
Okay.
Next.
And number 5?
Yeah.
Number 5 for Texel, that is what brought to the board, what previously for approval, that is what our students use when they have accommodations for text to speech, or it reads the question or the problem to the students. That's how what they call it.
And this is available to all the students.
It could be, but we use it for students that have accommodations, special teachers.
Okay.
Mr. Michael Tortel need to speak on the Meraki.
So our Meraki dashboard is basically what helps all of our access points work. It's not just the access points, it is the switches, it's basically our whole infrastructure. It's just a license to keep everything going and running. This is a 1-year subscription plus 2 more months, just so that we can hit the annual renewal every July.
And the different quantities is because that's for that device, there's that
Right.
many device.
Yeah, so you'll see it's like 3 repeating lines or 4 repeating lines, and each line that's just a new month. So there's 15 of those repeating lines.
Okay, and that is for,
So it's our device, each different device has its own unique, it's called a bucket. So we have a bucket for access points, we have a bucket for switches, and we have a bucket for a firewall. So that's what that breakdown is.
okay, and this is for a whole year.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you also speak on what Microsoft 365 is?
Yeah, so Microsoft 365, you might know it as Microsoft Office. This is just the renewal subscription so that we can use that with our teachers and our staff. So they can use Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, stuff like that.
Okay, there's many for staff, it's not students.
We have also student licenses. Every staff license equals like 10 student licenses. Yeah, 1 staff to 10 students, something like that. So the student licenses are free, and we have 3,000 of them.
And this is annual as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, can I get a motion to approve items 4, 5, 6, and 7 on the consent agenda?
Motion to approve 4, 5, 6, and 7 on consent.
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed? Motion passes, thank you. Next I have the Science Olympiad presentation.
My name is Grace Taylor. This is my first year at Science Olympiad.
I'm Arturo. I'm this year's president, and this is my 3rd year at Science Olympiad.
What is Science Olympiad? Science Olympiad is a national organization where students compete in science topics from biology to astronomy.
It is a very competitive and prestigious organization with many universities such as Brown, MIT, and Princeton University having their own chapters of it.
It is a very hands-on and teamwork-based team. In Science Olympiad, you are always working in groups of 2 to 3.
What do we do? Each season, we compete in 23 different events. There are 3 kinds of events. Test events such as anatomy and physiology and entomology, where we are taking tests with questions at the undergraduate to graduate level of college.
Then there are hybrid events, which consist both of a test, also at the undergraduate to graduate level, as well as a lab portion, such as chemistry lab, where you might perform something like a titration, or a build portion, like wind power, where you build a fan that aims to generate the most voltage.
Finally, we have build events such as air trajectory, where we build a cannon to shoot at different angles to get as close to a target as possible, or bungee drop, where a weight is dropped and is attempting to get as close to the ground as possible, but without touching.
So slide 4 is our competition season. This year we went to 3 competitions so far: the Wolfpack Invitational at Great Oaks High School in Temecula, our Aggie Invitational at UC Davis, and the Los Angeles Regional at ABC.
On December 14th, we went to our first competition of the season. A couple of highlights were, at Great Oaks High School, a couple of highlights were we placed 6th in both bungee drop and chemistry lab, and we placed 5th in electric vehicle.
On January 25th, we competed at UC Davis, which was possible from grants applied to by our lovely advisors. Some highlights from this event are 2nd place in chemistry lab, 7th place in both entomology and electric vehicle, 6th place in wind power, touring the UC Davis campus, and visiting the state capitol.
And most recently, we went to ABC where there were many highlights. First, it was 6th place in bungee drop, 5th place in dynamic planet, entomology, robot tour, and wind power, 4th place in anatomy and physiology,
as well as 3rd place in air trajectory, fossil, and geologic mapping, 2nd place in helicopter, 1st place in electric vehicle, forensics, materials, science, and tower. All of these accomplishments led to us getting 2nd place overall.
and this was the overall ranking. Out of 27 teams, we placed 2nd, which is the best placement in this team's history, beating some notable teams such as Harvard Westlake and San Dimas High School. This placement also earned us a spot at our state competition at Caltech on April 12th. So we're extremely proud of this team and their hard work.
So what's next? Some upcoming events we have are the state tournament at Caltech, our semesterly blood drive on April 17th, our graduation water sales fundraiser, and the end of year Science Olympiad field trip.
But before all that, we have more work to do. Before anything else, we're working hard for our state tournament. This consists of refining our builds, taking more tests, practicing labs, and working with our teammates and our wonderful advisors. And not only that, we're also adding new material at the state competition level, because each level you go higher, the harder it gets.
Our state competition is at Caltech on Saturday, April 12th. As well as the blood drive, which is something we are currently working on, that will be on Thursday, April 17th, to help the Red Cross collect blood to save up to 180 lives.
We have our water sales fundraiser. This is our biggest fundraiser where Science Olympiad sells water at the seniors' graduation. This helps pay for materials such as field guides or different parts for different events, food for when we stay late studying, our yearly shirt costs, and more competitions that we can compete to practice.
The final event we will have is the end of year field trip to San Pedro. But because we made it to state, we have to push it back to June. At San Pedro, we visit the tide pools, go to an aquarium, and donate to the Marine Mammal Care Center, which cares for different kinds of seals. We have to time our field trip, especially for low tides, so we can efficiently study and observe the immense biodiversity of marine life.
So what we have learned over the course of this year, through Science Olympiad, we have learned teamwork. In Science Olympiad, working with each other makes us perform better. We have learned how to work together through hardships because we are as strong as our weakest link.
It also involves a lot of dedication. Sometimes we are here incredibly late leading up to competition, both for studying and also for preparing the bands on actual competition dates.
And then we also have learned time management. Many of us students are taking multiple AP classes while also having leadership roles in other clubs, extracurriculars. Managing our time to do homework while having these burdens have been a challenge, but I'm very proud of everyone on this team and what they've managed to push through to make us go to our state competition.
Do you have any questions?
I'll go, yeah. So why do you do this? You've been doing it for 3 years.
Well, I initially joined because it's Maya told me to, or she had convinced me to join. But overall, it's a very fun experience. We've learned a lot within, like, I've met a lot of my closest friends because of Science Olympiad, and it's just a fun thing to learn about something that you're passionate for.
What is the stage?
The state tournament is April 12th.
It's a Saturday.
Is there a location?
It's at Caltech.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Can we actually have your 3 teachers come up, put them on the spot, just 3 or 4?
Yeah, very.
Maya, Miss Bob, Miss Watt. And, yeah.
Say, I'm here oftentimes very late at night and I'm leaving and they are still here. So the dedication goes, like, I want everyone to know how dedicated that these individuals are. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm super proud of you guys. I gave you guys a shout out last week at the planning commission meeting, and if you guys, I don't know if you guys saw there was a standing ovation behind when it said what place you guys placed and everything like that. So the whole city is proud of you. Not just us, but everybody is.
I just want to say congratulations. I'm really impressed with how well you've done, and I know how much work everyone has put into it. It's a great job.
Thank you.
Review and consider approval of the Brian Lindbergh Professional Development Service for 2025-2026 school year.
Yes, I'm actually asking the board to ratify this. We've already scheduled a date with him because 3 years out, he books, and we're very excited to have him come in the fall to work with our teachers and staff. We're focusing on student engagement and strategies for the classroom, for classroom management, and dealing with students that have some difficulties with learning. And so we're looking forward to having him come ratify it tonight.
Motion to approve, item E1.
Before.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
How many teachers get to first?
All of them.
All of them
Yeah.
get to participate? Okay.
We worked, the calendar committee, which the calendar we brought when Mr. Riley's back to the board. They picked a day in the fall where he will be here on a non-student day, so he will work with teachers.
Is that both campuses or?
Yeah, but they're all teachers. It'll be like an assembly type thing
Is the money coming from this year's budget or next year?
next year.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I put that on.
And it says on here on the contract that it has a small group. I know there's a full day on one of the days, right? And then the first day is, it says, small group consultation. So does that include, what does that include?
So the first day he'll be here all day and teachers can sign up to meet with him and work with him one-on-one. They can go to the classrooms and work on strategies, so hands-on. Then the next day it's everybody in one like workshop assembly. for 2 hours.
And is there plans after that for any follow-up or?
There is, I mean, our theme obviously is gonna be all year, the same type of professional development, so that we go deeper rather than, lighter on things, but it depends, the feedback from the teachers on this first training. Do you want to come back? Do you want to go deeper and more with him or with the field?
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just happens when.
Yeah.
It's pregnant, so.
Yeah, no, we have a year long focus.
More questions? All right, got a good motion?
Motion to approve, item E1, review, consider approval of Brian Mendler Professional Development Services.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Second item is a review and consider approval for food service audit consultant. Ms. Arizona?
So, we would like, Deborah Amos to come in and do an audit of our food service program, our child nutrition program. We really want to make sure, that it's as efficient as possible, that, we have cost effectiveness. We have, over the past few years, the program is not self-sustaining. Child nutrition program should be self-sustaining, and it should not rely on any income from the general fund. But our program does not do that. We have to support the program. So, we'd like to have it audited. She's gonna come in and spend a day, not more than 10 hours, be here for breakfast, for lunch, go through everything that we do, and then provide us a report and recommendations of how we can be more efficient.
Have a motion?
Motion to approve the approval of food services audit consultant.
Any questions? Or-
Oh,
Sorry, any questions?
That's for, she's gonna be on, doing it for both campuses or?
Yes, she's looking.
No question.
No questions, all right, do I have a second?
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion passes. Review and consider approval of the Latin honors policy, Mr. Schatz. Oh, I'm so sorry, yeah. Review and consider approval of California Senate Bill 114.
All right, so our government in California, they decided it was a great idea that all school boards should require their kindergarten, first and second grade teachers to screen their students for reading difficulties, which would also include dyslexia. Fortunately, we have thought that was a great idea, and that's what we've been doing all along. But now it's a requirement that schools have to have it board approved. So if we ever get audited, they'll say yes on March 25th, that they're going through the mirror program. We use this exact same mirror program. It's part of our HMH Mifflin Hardcourt and Read 180 program. It's part of that package deal that you approve every year for that elementary program. I was on a Zoom meeting about a month ago, and there are 4 programs that the state has approved. This mirror program is one of the 4. There were many school districts that were upset at the meeting because they spent lots of money on other programs that weren't on the list, and now they have to double spend some money on there. So this program that we use, the only difference on it is we've been using it for our first and second grade students, because our kindergarten students have been using the ESGI program, which is a little bit more student friendly than this one, but ESGI is not on the list from the state. So we'll make sure that starting next year when it's required, that we'll do this for our kindergarten students also.
Motion?
Motion to approve, review and consider approval of California Senate Bill 114.
Any second or questions?
I had a question. So it says fiscal impact, yes, but there was nothing attached to it. So what is the impact?
For the meal, the money, it's already included with, it's all it's like the tires on a car. When you go buy your car, the tires are included in the price of the car. So this Samira program is included in our HMH package, the Mifflin Hardcourt package.
So it didn't cause an
Does
increase
not
to
cost
us
anything.
already?
Well, there's a fee for it, but we don't have a choice and not to accept that fee when we get that information.
But increasing the additional
No,
rate doesn't
Because we already
increase
use
the
it
amount.
for K5, everybody that has an option to use it.
You have a second.
Seconded.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Schatz. Mr. Schatz again, review and consider approval of the Latin honors policy.
So our next board policy for your approval on there, we add a little tweak to it, and you'll see it, the bold red is a couple sentences that I had on it, to make it a little bit fancier for our needs, and then I crossed up a couple sentences that we don't need anymore. The only real difference on there is we would use this policy for utilizing our GPA scale to not only do for the Latin honors distinctions, which is for our high school graduation, but also for the class rank. We were missing that class rank where that we do, and that would be able to just about state it.
We have a motion.
Motion to approve the Latin honors policy.
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye.
Fine.
Aye.
Support. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Review and consider approval of the memorandum of agreement between National University and the Palmdale Aerospace Academy.
Good evening. So I bring forward a memorandum of agreement between National University and the Palmdale Aerospace Academy for an unpaid student teaching field experience and practicum agreement. It allows a candidate, which is one of our current employees, to engage in active participation in the duties of a school counselor. There is no fiscal impact as the administrator has agreed to mentor the candidate.
Questions? Have a motion?
Motion to approve the memorandum with National University.
Thank you.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
And then, item 6 will be review and consider approval memorandum of agreement between, Biola University and the Aerospace Academy.
So I bring forward a MOU between Viola and the Palmdale Aerospace Academy. We have a Spanish teacher that is an intern eligible teacher, and this allows the candidate to be in the classroom while they're in school. And there is a fiscal impact of $3,500 for the mentor.
Questions? You have a motion?
Motion to approve the memorandum of agreement with Viola University.
Sorry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Public announcements regarding closed session hearings. Public comments for items on the closed session agenda. None? I'd like to adjourn the meeting for closed session. From closed session, there were no actions taken during closed session. Reports?
So I just would like to share with the board, we're very excited. We approved Commerce House to update our website and social media and help kind of revamp our brand. And I don't know if you saw on Facebook or Instagram, they posted they posted on Instagram the brand. So they did design, create, explore to start getting that going. But we're going to share right now the video that was posted on Facebook and Instagram. And they have a post on LinkedIn as well.
Isn't the day after?
Yeah. And there's sound too.
Yeah.
I'm excited that they're going to start posting and met as an executive team with them on Monday and planned out some strategies for a calendar. Social media. So
I
follow
have
us.
seen that and I thought that was a nice video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
This is my cousin.
I don't got anything.
Not have anything to report.
All right.
All right,
Look at that.
that's it. Meeting adjourned.